Hey Aquarius, and welcome to your 2018 year ahead forecast. This is Sky here to hopefully illuminate and provide some clarity on the momentum and energies present coming in for your sign in 2018. And oh my gosh, Aquarius, what an incredible year for you. I think the air signs can really thrive more than the other elements this year. I think that all of my air readings have been some of the more enjoyable ones, and I've really learned a lot from your energy. And basically for Aquarius, I really see you honing in on like your true water bearing nature. So you are an air sign, but you are like the water bearer. So there's like an integration of the air and water energy. And I sense in that way that your like emotional complex and your emotional compass as a person is being transmuted into something else. To me, Aquarius, as a sign, in and of itself, is one of the most emotionally polished, maintained, and healthy signs. Of course, there can be other things in your chart, like a crazy moon in Scorpio or something that changes this in certain individuals. But I think that you're going to be honing in and polishing it even more, and also learning about your habits of detachment and habits of over polished. Try to not be over polished in 2018. I feel that like a 16 and 2017 gave you experiences where you had to be like really polished, really put together, really refined, and now you're transmuting that into something that's more like loose leaf, more casual, and through that really becomes more marketable and distributable and contributes something else to society. I think that Aquarius are gaining a platform in 2018 because we have so much energy in Capricorn. Okay, we have Saturn, Pluto, Mars will be there, and of course like the inner planets were there in January and part of December, and obviously you're the sign after Capricorn, so the sign before you is being very activated, which props you up and establishes a foundational stage for you. So this is definitely a year where Aquarius can be a performer, be very theatrical, be in the spotlight, the center of attention in some way. And you naturally are, again, you're the Leo Aquarius axis, which deals with spotlight energy and solar energy, Sun and Uranus energy. So your planet Aquarius is also changing signs this year. It is moving into Taurus, so this inherently shifts many things within you. Also having Saturn change sign, which was a traditional ruler of Aquarius as well, really has activated you in a very powerful way where many changes at the most root level have occurred. So try to not worry about yourself too much, or try to not become too frustrated when you get what you've wanted for like the last decade and it's suddenly not what you wanted anymore. Change of heart is definitely what I feel for this year, and I feel that your change of heart is necessary, even if it's feeling a little bit unpredictable or not as angelic as you would like it to be, not as polished as you would like it to be. It's something that has to happen, and it's something that you thrive through in the long run. And something that I mentioned in Pisces reading as well, I've always felt that Aquarius and Pisces are kind of disconnected from the human condition, kind of like not human. I think that the human experience ends at Capricorn. So we have these like Aquarius and Pisces individuals who are just kind of like robots and aliens, and almost a different species of energy than the rest of us. And I feel that you can hone in on that and make this a more profitable, spiritually profitable, materially profitable experience for you. So if you're like a business person, or if you're really pursuing career and purpose ideals this year, how can you do what other people have not? How can you innovate, basically? Because with Uranus changing sign into Taurus, the sign of like material fixed earth resources and tangible expressions of love, your Aquarius energy will thrive through innovating tangible resources, through innovating methods of generating tangible resources. So for the entrepreneur or for the business owner, this year can really change the game, or really express you differently, very powerfully and strongly. So Aquarius, I definitely want you to come into this year directly, like January through March, before we get into equinox time and the astrological new year, understanding like what is old and outworn in your expression and purpose specifically. Not so much for love, not so much for emotions even, but the way that you are dealing with your tangible experience of life. What's old and outworn, what's too traditional, what's the same as everybody else, and how can you like write that down and reformulize it, like new formula of marketing, new formula of product. For those of you who like make products or something like cosmetics or things that deal with formulas in the first place, it feels like it's time to make like the brand new formula or something that has not been done before, innovating again, and apply that to whatever you can. Like, how can you innovate the formula this year? Because I feel like many Aquarius like exceeding the hierarchy, or almost defying the hierarchy through innovating something very small even. So and otherwise astrologically, we have Jupiter in Scorpio, obviously all that Capricorn stuff, Neptune in Pisces. You are surrounded by outer planets. Even though there's no outer planet in your sign or your opposite, you have outer planets in Capricorn and Pisces. So you're kind of like blocked in. You might feel a little bit claustrophobic even in this year, and it's okay. Like, you just have to learn how to breathe. You have to learn how to cope with pressure, because Aquarius can tend to just completely detach. Like, if a career becomes too pressurized, sometimes you either thrive a lot from it or just completely walk away. Finding that middle ground is going to be important and will ultimately contribute to you thriving more than you have before. And seeing like what you're surrounded by. So do you have a Capricorn in your life? Do you have a Pisces in your life? Definitely try to communicate with these signs if you have friends or relatives or acquaintances who are these signs, and just sort of ask them questions. Like, maybe ask the Pisces or the Capricorn, if you're like formulating a new product or something, like, what do you want out of this kind of product? Like, how is this for you? How did you get past that breakup? How did you sort of ascend your own hierarchical experience? And just sort of listen to what they say. I have a feeling it's going to like not resonate at all, but through just absorbing it and reflecting on it, like, you may find the new variable or the new exponent to really push your formula through in a new and exciting way. Okay, Aquarius? And if you didn't see the other videos in the series so far, I am channeling in 4 specific concepts for each sign. The first concept for Aquarius is transmuting trauma into a carnival energy. So yeah, Aquarius, all fixed signs might be feeling a little bit traumatized, a little bit of crisis from the past with Jupiter in Scorpio. That's a square angle to you, your fellow fixed water sign. So things very deep and underworld associated within you can start to protrude and expand in a way that benefits you, but also kind of freaks you out a little bit. So you kind of almost have to embrace this like a circus carnival energy. And you have to really implement that into your change of heart that you're having in a really strong and incredible way. This is very abstract and probably sounds very strange, but just try to delve into it and let it hit your psyche and understand, because I feel that Aquarius is very complex, very intricate, very like spider-webbed in this year, which leads me into my second point, where you have to resurface something that escaped. So you have this sort of like spider web going on in your life, and I feel like the one thing that you wanted to retain like somehow escaped the web. So in that sense, not to make you sound too predatorial or too much of an arachnid, but what part of your web or your home or your thriving environment needs to be reinforced or made more strong so that the good ideas can't escape any longer. The third concept for Aquarius is purging what sinks you. So Neptune and Pisces, for all of us, we're kind of like navigating this really deep ocean void energy. And we're all, like, regardless of zodiac sign, kind of asked to let go of what is sinking us so that we don't drown with it, you know. So very heavy emotional baggage for everyone. And for you, Aquarius, you can't really cope with that. You kind of are like can't hold it up as long as some other zodiac signs, like the water signs specifically, because you're very detaching energy, not a very grasping energy. So when Aquarius becomes clingy, it kind of like freaks everyone out and kind of distorts the reality spectrum, where you're like very alone and very consumed by void. So it becomes a matter in like again, like before we get into equinox optimally, releasing that and no longer needing it. Like, it's one thing if you can remember it, but it's another thing for it to like take hold over you. Basically, if you've like had the really codependent relationship, had a very traumatic breakup or separation, like you can't keep carrying that with you into the next relationships, because it like drowns out the energy. And the fourth and final concept for Aquarius is, interestingly enough, I wouldn't usually say something like this, but I felt it very strongly, saving someone from themselves. In a roundabout way, though. This isn't a matter of sacrificing yourself or putting your own energy on the line to show somebody something, but I feel that by not succumbing to codependent bonds of the past and maybe exerting yourself or showing yourself in a more authentic, valid way where you're not basically taking other people's ridiculousness, I want to say, and just burying that within yourself. By being more forward and direct about what flies and what doesn't fly, because again, you can usually see like pretty clearly when someone's like messing up with their lives. I feel that you save people from themselves. Don't feel like you have to repress this, especially for people who are very important in your life or strong in your life path. I think that it's really cool for Aquarius to tell people this isn't working, do it this way, or what if you were to spin your content like this? What if you were to try this ingredient instead of that ingredient? How much could you generate then? And by sort of giving your opinion to people, I feel that you save them in essence from themselves. And Aquarius's tarot card for 2018 is, I'm just cutting the cards, Death. Interesting. And there was another sign that got Death too. I want to say it was Pisces, but I can't remember who it was. So incredible endings, and that makes perfect sense. Again, being surrounded by the Capricorn and Pisces energy, it takes something with it, and connects directly into purging what sinks you. You know, you have to allow this dead weight. It may have been Virgo, actually, or at least Virgo was definitely dealing with this concept. So if any of you have Virgo in your chart too, it could be specifically resonant. When we get a lot of dead foliage or we get a lot of dead weight accumulated, we definitely have to step into that sacred place of pruning ourselves. You know, like if you have a plant that has a lot of dead blooms on it, it's not going to be able to grow as many healthy blooms and be nearly as beautiful until you prune those leaves off. So how can you do that with yourself, Aquarius, in like an emotional way? And how can you step into that really powerful place and continue to thrive? Because ultimately 2018 for Aquarius is a year of thriving and a year of really stepping into your power, stepping into the driver's seat. Think of more eccentric and innovative ways that you can do this that doesn't really come off like a power struggle, perhaps like you've had in the past. Anyway, Aquarius, I've so enjoyed to be here and to read for you. If you would like to click the center of your screen, you can get the companion write-up to this. It details month by month with a tarot card for each month and astrological themes for each month as well. One click and you can download it to your smartphone, tablet, or computer. Also, you can subscribe, like, and comment. I would so appreciate that. It helps me so much to get through some of these very sometimes difficult videos to make. Anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will be talking to you soon. Much love. Bye.